Hello and welcome to the Listening Post's unboxing channel on YouTube. Today I'm unboxing Atoll's MS120 streamer. Now there's a lot of streamers available in the world today and they will all purport to be better than their competition or easier to use or more stable or whatever it might be. But why I'm so proud to share this with you today is this cute little streamer is stunning, and it has a unique and easy to use app. So many of the others have unique apps that are so fiddly or proprietary, or to try and get the most out of it is virtually impossible. So it's wonderful that they've come to the table with something that is sonically better than most. Build quality is perfect. Price, performance, utterly perfect. It's also got an onboard DAC that you can utilize. So you can use it as a digital to analog converter as well as a streamer. So these things mean its price point is easy to justify. Hand-built in France, delightful sound quality, delightful build quality, as you will see. Okay, so let's have a look. Atoll's packaging. Now, they do a series of sort of small components, and with that the boxes are quite small. Obviously they do more traditional sizes and some big whoppers as we start to look higher end in their range. The packaging is relatively muted, and it's just an indication of what's on board. It's just a simple enough little vivid marker, along with a printed serial number with the MS120 in black. Okay. Again, packaging, the information is emulated on the other side. Opening these kind of things is very straightforward because of course it's just held together with that classic kind of clear packing tape. Opening it, you see a layer of sort of that foam that is utilised to protect the product in transit. It's relatively light, so that it doesn't have to be sort of too elaborate. As we drill in, we see the owner's manual. It's quite comprehensive and an implication of what this will do. There's obviously Qobuz, Deezer, Tidal, Spotify, MQA, to name just a few. And it's a relatively comprehensive, yet easy to read manual. There's a New Zealand IEC power cord and some very, very basic interconnecting cables. There's a remote, a traditional good old-fashioned remote. And with so many streamers relying solely on an app to run them, it's nice to see that they've introduced a traditional plastic remote. Within the packaging for the remote control are the two aerials, so we'll pause remote. Oh, and the sort of the coin-sized lithium batteries. Now the remote has a good fit and feel. It's lightweight. It doesn't feel too cumbersome. It will actually operate all of Atoll's products, so it's wonderful to see that that sort of cohesion among the brand is so well thought out. The unit itself, as I implied, is sort of half size. Look, like that. Now, opening its bag, this one's a Ziploc bag, so no sellotape holding it closed. It makes a good firm fit around the product, but taking it out is relatively straightforward. Obviously nice and snug. I wouldn't want to be the person who has to try and put these in the bag in the factory. Now, looking at the product, we see firstly the very bold central colour display. Now please hang around for some of the close-ups. I'll power this one up so that you can see. It has a lovely navigation, not only from its remote control, but its front display, as well as the app that will allow you to operate it as well. Looking at the front, we've got the Atoll logo. In the middle of the O, we have the model number, which is the MS120. Directly beside that, we have the ability to change the volume up and down, and beneath that, a USB. The USB is designed to support pen drive based things, not the very large portable backup hard drives. Again, full colour display, very good looking. You can adjust the brightness and other things like that if you wanted to dim it down. and it's wonderful to be able to sort of see cover art and other things like that. Minimum the track and artist information you're watching. There's a headphone socket, it's a 3.5mm, and then there's a navigation. This is how you can navigate any number of the different things associated with the setup, change what you would like to listen to, go and find some more music, all of those types of things. With a left, right, up, down, and then enter in the middle. Finally, after this side, you've got the power on and off. Now, the unit features Atoll's sort of design as far as its ventilation, with a decaying sort of hole size to allow for both ventilation but also a style associated with all of the Atoll products. It's not very deep and it's not very heavy because it really is quite perfect at its job. It's at the back that a little bit more of the magic happens. And with the boring side we see a simple rocker switch as far as on and off, and an IEC power input. A utilisation of a second USB at the rear, and a cabled network. Despite it having two wireless antenna, I would always encourage anyone that's streaming with quality in mind to ensure that they use a network cable. Obviously infinitely better as far as a connection speed and stability. Underneath the second Wi-Fi area we see its coax inputs. There are two of them, and underneath that we've got a basic 12-volt trigger. It allows you to cascade this to turn on other things if you require. Given the variable output, you could potentially couple this directly to a power amplifier, although we'd probably recommend an integrated or a preamp for something of this quality. There's two optical digital inputs, selectable again, to utilise the onboard DAC. And this is actually where I want to pause. Atoll doesn't chase these big numbers with their DACs. They pick a DAC that sounds really, really good and they build their products around it. Rather than just sort of looking for the 32-bit, 24-bit, whatever the numbers race might be. They find one that sonically is appealing, one that sounds really, really good. And then the outcome is far more musical than if you just chase the numbers and end up with this overly sort of articulate sound. So it's wonderful that they've chosen DACs that are there for their sonic performance, not for the numbers that they might be able to produce. The digital out allows this unit to become a little bit more comprehensive than many other systems. Should the DAC on board of the external DAC or integrated amplifier be somewhat better than the one on here, you can use this as a digital transport. Then there are two analog inputs, and this sort of sets the unit again apart. You can choose those analog inputs and utilise this as a hub, and use the volume or variable output again into a power amp if required. And of course finally we've got its line out left and right, all clearly labelled red and black. Very, very straightforward. So looking at this beautiful little product, the MS120 streaming DAC, unboxed here at the Listening Post in Christchurch, New Zealand. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel.